Hey everyone, welcome to the Practical Techie. In this new DevOps series, we are going to build something really powerful, a fully automated solution to deploy and manage a vault cluster along with automated backups to S3 using tools like ArgoCD, Crossplane, and GitOps practices. By the end of this series, you'll understand not only how these tools fit together, but also how to design and operate a production-grade self-managing secret management platform. Let's start by understanding the problem we are going to solve. In most enterprise DevOps environments, Vault is used as a central secrets management system. But deploying and maintaining Vault manually, configuring storage, unseal methods, backups, and access policies can be cumbersome and error-prone. We also need a way to automate the life cycle of Vault infrastructure from provisioning to configuration and even backup management without needing any manual intervention. That's exactly what we will solve in this series by combining GitOps, Crossplane, and ArgoCD to make Vault deployment and backup fully automated and declarative. Let's walk through the high-level architecture of our solution. The first component is Git repository, which is a source of the truth. At the heart of our setup, we'll have this Git repository. This repo will store everything as code, including Vault Helm chart configuration to installed HashiCorp Vault cluster, then the prerequisite configurations for enabling Vault backups, then Crossplane manifest for infrastructure provisioning such as Amazon S3 bucket, and then backup configurations for Vault itself, such as the cron job for taking the Vault backups and sending it to Amazon S3 bucket, etc. So every configurations will be stored in this Git repository. And the second part is ArgoCD, which acts as the GitOps controller. We'll have this ArgoCD continuously monitoring the Git repository. Whenever we commit or update configuration, ArgoCD will sync those changes into the Kubernetes cluster. This ensures that our Vault deployment, cross-plane resources, and backup are always consistent with what's declared in Git. Then the third part is the Vault cluster itself. Vault will be deployed as a Vault cluster in Kubernetes using official HashiCorp Vault Helm chart. It will be executed in highly available mode, and it will be backed up by Raft storage, and that will be created as PVCs and persistent volumes in Kubernetes cluster. And the other part is cross-plane control plane, which will act as our automation control plane for provisioning and managing Vault backup prerequisite configurations, and then which includes app role credentials, and also will create the S3 bucket using crossplane composition itself. So I'll explain how to create crossplane compositions, composite resource definitions, and how to use um, claims to create those resources. So we'll be bundling all of them together into a single composition, and then we'll use claims to create these two together, the Vault backup configuration and the S3 bucket. And then finally, we have the Vault backup configurations, which I'm planning as a cron job, where it will actually take the snapshot, rough snapshot, and store it in local storage, and then uh, another container will be copying that snapshot, copying it or pasting it to the Amazon S3 bucket. So that will be scheduled on a regular basis, let's say once in a day, and then that will be happening regularly, this backing up mechanism. And if I get a chance, I'll also record some part to show how to restore these snapshots to form a new Vault cluster from the backups. Uh, So let's talk about end-to-end flow summary. So we'll commit the vault configurations, crossplane manifest, etc. into the Git repository. ArgoCD detects these changes and syncs into the Kubernetes cluster. Crossplane provisions the AWS S3 bucket using installed AWS provider, and it will use vault provider to create the vault backup prerequisites. Then vault runs in the cluster initialized with the right configurations. So that will be automated via some sidecars, which will actually uh, initialize the vault cluster, unseal it, etc. So we don't need to do any kind of manual interventions. And then there will be automated backup jobs, which will actually create the backups and copy to the S3 bucket. And everything will be version controlled. All the configurations will be version controlled. So, and in the next part, we'll set up the Git repository and ArgoCD. The setting up of ArgoCD will also be automated. Uh, the Git repository creation will be a manual because it's just for the first time. And then uh, we'll actually in the second part we'll push the vault Helm chart configurations and create a HashiCorp vault cluster in an automated manner. Then we'll create the crossplane control plane along with crossplane vault provider and AWS providers. And then we'll create the vault backup prerequisite configurations and AWS S3 bucket using crossplane compositions. In that part, we'll see how to create crossplane compositions. And then finally, we'll configure everything together and test it. And then we'll see how these backups are regularly getting stored in AWS S3 bucket. And maybe as an add-on, I'll actually use these snapshots or backups, which is created in the AWS S3 buckets to restore a vault cluster using those snapshots. If you're excited about the series, please like, comment, and subscribe.